All right, so I soaked those overnight. These were dehydrated goji berries. And I've seen people do this in water, but I don't think I need to. If you see there, look how many seeds are in there. I don't actually need that many seeds, but we're going to give it a shot. So to do some goji starts here in the Idoo Hydroponics system. Okay, well, I've got seeds. You can see I got a little bit around there, but there's more. There's at least 4 seeds per sponge here. I was going to do more, and then I realized I'm down to my last 6 sponges, so therefore I'm only doing 6 starts for now, and we'll see how that works out. So it is time to do a 6-month review of the Idoo hydroponic system and my thoughts on it. All right, well, hello and welcome back to Ravenwood Acres, and today is going to be the 6-month review of the Idoo hydroponics growing system, model number ID IG301. I forgot, like completely blanked out there. So I purchased this back 6 months ago from Amazon for $89.99. They're currently on sale for $79.99 if you prefer the black colored model. They also have a white and red one, but those ones are the full price at $89.99. So since I purchased it, I've ran it basically through 3 cycles of mixed screens. The first time, as some of my older videos that I'll link up above here, where I've shown the growth progress of the system. I did some kind of mixed. I had tried to start some herbs and some bok choy cuts from bok choy that I bought from the store, cut up and then just stuck it in, you know, food scraps basically, just to try things out. That not really much success there. But my tip there was, whatever you're going to pick to grow, kind of just grow one thing, or similarly growth rate type things, because you know salad greens, mixed greens grow really quick. Things others, they tend to crowd them out. So if you're going to grow like all herbs, you'll probably be okay. Most, depending on the herb, like unless it's like some sort of mint family or something like that, they're pretty slow growing. So you could probably pull something like that off. So let's talk a little bit of the pros and cons, and I'll have a few tips, and then just what I think, what I see this system being most useful for the average user. So pros is it's simple to use. Idoo made this to where you could have pretty much no experience, and with a little bit of reading through the easy to use instructions on the card, the start card, and then the or get started card, or whatever you want to call it, and then there's an instruction manual for more in-depth information, and of course then you always have YouTube videos and online places to figure it out. It comes with all the things you need to get started, other than seeds. You need to purchase your own seeds, which is simple enough, right? All right, so the second pro I would say is low power consumption. The wall power adapter is 3 amps at 12 volts, which is about 36 watts total output. I would be willing to bet, you know, depending on your off-grid system, if you have an off-grid system, you could probably run this off of an off-grid system, because you wouldn't even need the wall adapter. You can run it right off 12 volts if you so chose. But that's just my thoughts on that. I think that's actually a pretty good feature of it. And then the cons, really, my biggest ones are the water reservoir size. So it's about 4 to 4.5 liters, which that's what they claim, and that's what I've found. In the summer months here in South Korea, my apartment would be, I would say, probably around 75 degrees Fahrenheit on average during the daytime inside the apartment. with that, between what the actual plants were using, you know, I was going through a liter of water every couple days. Not exact science here, but I would always wait till it got to the liter mark to refill, just so it was easier to measure the, you know, the part A and B, plant food, the, so it really during like peak, it's pretty much automated, right? It's got its own timer for the lights, depending on what modes you select, and the pump and the fan, they all cycle all on their own. You don't really have to mess with it. However, you probably couldn't get away with going away for a long weekend in the summer without it potentially dropping down to a level where your plants would suffer for it. So that's why I consider that a con. If the reservoir was maybe 6 liters or something like that, it would, I think you'd see a better. You could go a long weekend without having someone there to kind of keep an eye on it. So just a thought. And then my second one would be supply costs. So I've just realized there, if you saw there in the beginning, I was down to my last 6 sponges, which said that, you know, the kit does come with all this stuff. All I really need is sponges, and I need some more plant food. You can get bulk plant food of, you know, non-Idoo brand for fairly cheap, but I'm only going to be here for another about 7 months before I go back to the States, and I won't be able to ship any liquids, and I definitely won't use a large, you know, I think they're about half-gallon jugs. So I'm probably just going to end up ordering their little small ones, but they sell a kit of basically it's a kit it comes with these, the baskets, the sponges, the little plastic caps, for like $40. That's half the cost of the unit, especially at the sale price right now. It's definitely half the cost. So I'm gonna look for some cheaper options because I really only need sponges. And then of course it was either like the small bag or it was like 60 sponges. Well, it's like, I don't need 60, but anyways, those are my problems, not yours. So where do I really see this being realistic, right? What's the realistic use of this? They kind of put it in their title now. I noticed it, if I recall correctly, they definitely changed the title a little bit. It says hydroponics grow system, indoor herb garden with grow light, plant germination kit, built-in fanning. Of course, this is catch, you know, search keys with automatic timer. And then they do the height 11. This I think is definitely addition 11.3 inches of height of plant. Basically, you can grow in there. I don't know if it was them, but there's a few other brands out there. They've become pretty popular. AeroGarden and a few others. I have kind of done some research on a few of those others, but I'm digressing. Showing like tomatoes. Well, you're definitely not growing tomatoes in this unit. So I'll tell you that. Unless you have some really rare like dwarf tomatoes. I don't know. Anyways. So I really see this as either two, right? Herb garden or plant germination. Because I can, you know, those 12 pods, you can just load in your seeds. You have kind of ideal conditions to get your seeds started, get good healthy starts going, move them into small pots. You know, especially if you're not going to be going into a full-scale hydroponic system. You're going from there to your greenhouse or whatever in small, which is what we would do back in Redwood Acres. I definitely will probably continue to use this for that. And I'll probably use it for starting stuff that I have trouble starting conventional ways to see if I get some better success at germination, which I kind of think I will, because you can control the climate so much better with this system. So those are my final thoughts, really. If you have any questions about the system, they said it's pretty simple, but you know, there's always things that pop up. So go ahead and, you know, put them in comments down below. Let me know what you think. Hit me, you know, thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. If you like stuff like this, I continuously try to produce new and good content. You can check me out, my other social media links, which are linked down below. And yes, we do have a website now. It's still about 30% complete. So it is theravenwoodacres.com. Stay tuned for more from that. I will have tons over there as I'm doing it myself pretty much. So it's slow going. I'm learning as I go. So thank you guys for all watching. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.